I was going to go ahead and put this one on or get it ready, but I think I need to show you what we need to do to make sure that we get it right. Start. Now we know that this one right here is going to have to go right here between the second and the second over here. So I want to make sure, that my blocks come out right, which this one will come over here, and then this one will go right here. And this one should go right here. So that way we know how to sew them down and the colors are not the same. Alrighty, I'm going to get busy and I'm going to get this one done. And then we'll be back and work on the next one. Alrighty, I've got done with this one. And we are going to line it up to this one. Now we got right here in the corner. We want to make sure that we get these lines right here lined up. What do I do with my pins? I gotta have my pins. Let's see. Come on. Alright. Now, I gotta be careful not lose my needle. Alright, we're gonna sew it down. Alright. Now, we got this one right here. And now this right here should line all up with it to where it'd be fine. So now we're gonna lay this one down, which we have to line it up with this and this one. And we don't have to put one here. We got two here. Alright, let me get one of these. And we have this one. It will go right here. And then this one will go right here. And remember the opposite on these. All these right here will be the opposite. And then we're going to put those on. So now we're down to just putting two on, not three. Alrighty, let's get busy and sew that down. Alrighty. Now, we did not sew this one right here down to this one. It's like that. But when we go to sew it down, we're going to want to sew it down from back here all the way around. Now here we are with this one right here, and we're going to want to set it like this on it. Now we have to, this right here part is where we need to start pinning it down. Alright, let me get it up here, right there, and find my pins. Alright, let's see if we can't get it up here to where we can pin this down. Let's see what happens to it, y'all. We are getting closer. Alright, I think I got one more of these left. And there ain't no need in sewing it down until we get some more of them made. I'm hoping that I can show the 4 across and the 4 down, and then continue from there. I'm going to try to do that if I can remember that I'm doing it. I'll show you what it looks like and all that good stuff. Alright, here we got this one. Alright, pin. Alright, we got pin here. And now we've still got an opening here that we're going to sew this one down to that one. But we don't want to go all the way. Oh, come on now. Pretty sure you can do it, Sandy. I know it, it's just going to be a problem. Alright, now. We have this one. We're going to sew this one down before we sew this one on. So we're still going to have our split right here. Alrighty, here we go. We're going to go sew it down.
And the picture of this serpent cane, it, once again, you can compare the ritualistic lettering and the insignia on this serpent cane. Guess where it comes from? And here in this photo, we're going to see that, well, and excuse us, we didn't get it. But anyway, take it from me. We got the picture here.
Which photo are you looking for?
Well, it actually showed the documentation that the serpent cane, it come from Francis Barrett's book also.
I don't know,
but anyway,
I don't know that I took a picture of that, but if you want to hold it up, David, they can see what
okay.
you put up there.
And you know, you can just trust me on that one. We're not going to tell you Porky. Just go right on. That's okay. But anyway, let's just go on. And yeah, it says this is a serpent cane on display at the LDS Museum of History and Arts as of 1885. And there it is. But anyway, you know, anybody can tell that this is just rank occult symbols. But anyway, let's go on. Let's go on. And here we have the bloodstone amulet used by Brigham Young. Just absolute implements of warlocks and wizardry. And this is from the Daughters of the Utah Pioneers Museum. These actually are real artifacts. They're tagged, and they're real. They're real. And this is proof that these early Mormons, they were more than just Freemasons. Joseph Smith in 1842 was initiated into Freemasonry. And you know, there you go. I mean, it's not just something to say. The facts would say this is what's going on. And if that ain't enough, do you have something you want to say, John?
Yeah, I was going to ask this because I would assume, because myself, I don't really understand the bloodstone. Tell me a little bit about this bloodstone. What would he have used this for? Would he be bleeding on this stone? What would be the use of this?
Well, the bloodstone amulet, it's kind of a shadowy thing, and it's kind of like a crystal ball. And you would gaze into the crystal ball, and it's also like scrying. John Dee would use a bowl of water, and he would, what they would call scry, and look into the bowl of water. And it's the same thing. He would look into this bloodstone, and he would get his revelations or images or visions or whatever. It's another divination device, and it's just an implement of black magic and divination. It's nothing less than that. Now, we have here a picture of the Joseph Smith's family's magic dagger. Now, let me just ask you, did your family have a magic dagger? You know, probably not. It's a good thing. If it is, that's not a good thing. But the Joseph Smith family had a magic dagger. And here you can see there is ritualistic markings and sigils on this dagger. And guess where it came from? And it is also, here Mr. Quinn says, it's the magic seal of Mars. That is the god of forces from the book of Daniel. And here again, where do these little magic sigils come from? There at the bottom of the page, Mr. Quinn has taken a page out of Francis Barrett's book, The Magus, published in 1801 in the colonies, and the magical sigils on the Smith family dagger come out of this book of black magic.
Wow. That's amazing. And the fact that it's in their museum, I guess, I mean, it really shows how people operate. A lot of people operate in a mindset to where they just trust everything that they're fed.
Alrighty, I have this part sewed down. Now we're going to start working on this right here. And what we're going to do is fold it over, and we're going to line this seam up with this seam, and alternate your seam allowance on the back of it where you already sewed it, and make sure it's laying pretty flat. And now we're going to start going down this way with it, and we're going to pin it down. Oh boy, this right here is going to be rough when I get bigger on this table. But we're going to make it through it. I'm pretty sure we will. It's looking good. Well, come on. Pin it down. Pin it down all the way. Alright, now we got this one and this one. We're going to line this block up with this block here. Put seam to seam. Now, we're going to pin it right here, and this is as far as we want to sew it to. So we'll be able to work on the rest of it. Alright, let's get the sewing on it. I do need to say this. We got this right here sewed together. We want to go back on, we got it tied off here. Let me get rid of that. We got it tied off here. We want to go before it where we already sewed, and we want to tie off right here to start making our stitches. And then start sewing it down. And let's go a little bit past. And we want to put one on one side and one on the other. Alright, come on, get in there. Alright. Now, we're going to finish sewing it down.
And I would assume that Mormonism, this is this way, because I know that they're, like I said before, David, I didn't know a whole lot about Mormonism before the show. People I've met in Mormonism seem like very kind, sweet people, and very smart as well, learn languages, within no time. But for them not to be able to look into the own past of their religion, I think maybe some of them have, and it doesn't bother them. I'm not sure, but it's very interesting to me.
Well, hopefully that'll do this very thing, that there will be some Mormon people that will realize that Mormonism is not of God, and that they will come out. And that is our heartfelt prayer, that they will. And to me, how can you say, I mean, this is just, to me, it's irrefutable proof. You don't have, your family doesn't have a ritualistic magic dagger just by chance, I'm just saying. Now, I want to read a little bit here from The Messiah in America by Warren Ferguson, who was a lifelong Mormon and died a Mormon. And Mr. Lavenda talks about Mr. Ferguson in his book, Sinister Forces. And Warren Ferguson, he was another very elite scholar within Mormonism, and they actually found the plates that they claimed to be the plates or it was a plate or a manuscript. I don't remember which one it was.
All right. We have one of these left over. We're going to want to go by it to make sure we get the colors back right. We have two of these. I have a little bit of this left over, and hopefully I can get enough to finish these two off so we can start cutting them down. And then we got these, so we don't have to worry about them right now. And we got these and these, so we don't have to worry about doing those. Okay, now I want to try to see. These right here are going to be the next ones, but I want to see what I can do about getting these worked out, which I'm going to have two of these and two of these, and that way it'll go, one will go, let's see, yeah, it'd be these, though, I mean, not these. So I'm not going to worry about those. It's just these right here. Alright. Now, let me see what we got here. We have that pink one. So I can't find it.
But they were the actual source of the Pearl of Great Price by Joseph Smith. And Mr. Ferguson was called in to examine and translate them. And what Mr. Ferguson said, he was all pumped up to believe that finally the Book of Mormon has been confirmed as true, and what it was nothing but parts of the Egyptian Book of the Dead. And he was very downhearted and very broken. And Mr. Lavenda, in his book, he said too, how in the world, when you find out that your entire organization is based upon a fraud and a lie, how could you stay in? But he did. And Mr. Ferguson, you can tell by reading his book, he was a smart guy, but boy, there were some things there that really, really were crosswise spiritually. And it's amazing when you have people that are deceived, the power to hold people in lies and deception is just absolutely amazing. And people today, they make a science out of gaslighting, mind manipulation. It's just absolutely off the charts what evil people do to control and destroy other people. It is just absolutely off the charts. Now, I want to read something here from The Messiah in America. And he says this, and this is on page 29, and he says this. Let me see if there's something else I wanted to read here. Well, anyway, it says this. He said, 3rd Nephi, which we just read from, is a book that should be read and reread again. The testimony of the resurrected Christ in America is given in purity and beauty. And here again, this is the one that said that the plates were found on brass, and the Rosicrucian magic book presented by Mr. Quinn, that this brought forth the summoning of that dark figure, who indeed fits the linguistic etymology of Moroni. And he goes on, it says this, and that was the words of Ezra Taft Benson, who was one of the Mormon prophets. Mr. Ferguson writes, the appearance of the Messiah in Mesoamerica, as recorded in the Book of Mormon, occurred soon after the crucifixion and ascension of Jesus of Nazareth in the Old World. He goes on to say, on the basis of his lifelong study of ancient Mexican historical sources, Siguenza felt Quetzalcoatl appeared in Mexico shortly after the crucifixion. In coded or disguised language, he tells us that Quetzalcoatl was the resurrected Messiah of the Bible.
All right. As you can tell, I can't get the same colors that I had before, but I lined them up and hopefully I can get them to look at least halfway decent. I'm glad that I get these two. They will go on, let's see, this end that does not have those two. I'm going to put those on here first and not mix them up with these. So I'm going to get busy and sew them down and put them on here so that this part will look even. I figured one roll would make plenty of them, but apparently it ain't. It'd probably been better to buy yardage and bought 10 different colors, maybe a yard each. I don't know how much the book calls for, but you know, well, it'd be 12. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 14 different colors. But I hope that it works out the way that I want it to. I'm going to put this one over here, and we probably won't use it. We'll probably just play with these two here until I get them sewed. Oh man, I'm going to have one more to make it work. Because, let's lay it out here. Let's see what we could do to make it work. This is crazy. Maybe you'd have to buy two rolls, but I would most and definitely try to make these colors at least make sure there's 2 and not 3, because these has got 2 in some and 3 in the other, and that's not going to make them even. So probably yardage would be your best bet to do. Alright, let's see what we could do here. I'm going to have I don't want that up there. Alright. Nope, this right here is only going to take care of this one. It won't take care of this one at the end. I'd have to have one more of these. And I do not have enough colors to do it. But I will make this one and put it on and make sure this one is at the end to where it kind of like blends in. It really don't really matter. It'll work the same way. Alrighty. Let's get busy and see if we can't get those. Man, I can't believe this. If I'd have known that, I would have never started with this right here. But, however, let's just fight with it and see what happens.
Whoops. Now there's wrong, and then there's real wrong, but they are equating the feathered serpent, Quetzalcoatl, with the resurrected Christ. Now that's just not wrong. That is Wrong, 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 wrong. Now, who was it that appeared? You see, we have Moroni appearing, and this was before that. We have Moroni appearing there as the black man at the Salem trials, and this is absolutely the guy that appeared to Joseph Smith. He described in his visions.
Alrighty, done it wrong, did it y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it out, no matter right or wrong or indifferent. But I would suggest getting yardage so you can keep the colors going the same way, because this ain't gonna, the colors aren't going to match up. You got, it's all wrong. This one isn't the one. Or is it? Yeah. This block here and this block here is supposed to be made out of this color here. That's the reason why I couldn't find it. But, however, I've got to sew this one down, and I've got one more to make. And then I'm going to change everything around because I want something different. And I'm going to go ahead and cut these down to, even if just, I'm just going to cut them all, because it ain't going to do me no good to save this little bit of material. And I'm going to see what I can do about making it work out right. I hope I can keep it from grabbing a hold of it and not letting go of it. And see what we could do. I hope it turns out. Alright, there's these. Now, I'm gonna try to make the colors work out halfway with them. Let's see if I can get these. Man, my legs are... See, these two are the same and they wasn't supposed to be. They're done too late now. I'm not going to fight with it. I'm getting disgusted with it. It's not working out the way I want it to. Let's see. What I can do about cutting. Dadgummit. I can't believe I messed that one up. And I went through so... I'll probably end up taking it apart, because I'm disgusted with it. I thought I was going to have enough of these to make it work, but unfortunately, it's not, and they're different. The colors ain't going to be the same. Like I said, better to buy yardage, and then that way we have the yardage. Alright, this one goes here, this one goes here, and then that one, and then this one. Alright, and then we have, oh, I don't know if that one would work on, no. Alright. I'm just going to go ahead and grab one and make one work. I hate it when it does that. It's not going to work too well on a staple. I got cat hair on this. I wonder how I got cat hair on this. You wouldn't say my cat died up there, would you? Alright, I'm not going to worry about the other color. I'm just going to use this color. Alright. trying to keep everything together. Alright, now one of these, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. And the other one's right here. Nope, that color don't have it. There's this color. Yeah, I'm gonna have 2 more of these to make it work. Alright. I got a dark one. Nope. Nope. Alright, I'm using what I've got. On account of I don't really want to cut anymore. Alright, here's these. And here's these. I really don't want them. Alright, now let's see if I can't cut 2 more, but different. Yep, it'll be this one. Alrighty, I'm gonna sew it down.